right here. Locker room here. Got my co-host Brad. How you doing, man? Give me a timestamp.
Yes, sir. I'm doing well. 5:03 p.m. Mountain Time over here in Colorado. Doing good though. I mean, last week we had a banger card. This week, I would say it's probably one of the more weaker cards of this year. But we're still gonna put out a show and give you guys some picks. How you doing today?
Good, man. Great over here, man. 403 Cali time. Good weather, good palm trees. Can't complain too much.
Yeah,
But hey, the main event, Islam pulled it off again. How'd you think that? How'd you have that one playing out?
bro. Like I text you after the fight. I mean, it wasn't a robbery, but Volk got that shit, dog. Volk won that fight. Well,
Yeah,
and
I
also Volk
mean,
better too, so that's why maybe I'm a little biased, but I thought Volk won. I don't know.
I think he did enough to win the fight. As that fifth round was going, I was telling people, hey man, I could see them giving it to Volk right here, just giving it to him and being like, all right, you kind of. Islam didn't do enough. The reason why I was saying that is because with those takedowns that he had like four takedowns, 8 minutes time control. But Volk was outstriking him. He outstruck him, I think, like 118 to like 96. So, it just wasn't that dominant performance. So, if
Mm-hmm.
they gave it to Volk, I would have said, all right, Islam, I thought in my eyes won, but I could see a case for Volk in my own, because I made a case for him in that round. But, I thought in my eyes Islam won, but I could see them giving it to Volk and saying, hey, we rather just go with the double champ. It's a new breed and everything like that. But I was happy the judges got it right though, man. They weren't influenced by that Australian crowd.
Yeah, the Australian crowd was going wild. Would do you want to see that rematch, or do you think Volk should go down and fight Yair? What would you prefer in that case?
I don't want to see an immediate rematch. I think Volk goes back down, defends the belt against Yair. Islam takes either a fight with Islam just sits back and wait, see who's
Yeah, who
wins in
would it
that
be?
Michael Chandler, see who wins in that Michael Chandler
Hmm.
Conor McGregor fight, and give it to him maybe, or else you just move it on along. Beneil Dariush, I think has a big fight coming up too. So, but
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, it could go either way, man. Yeah, that was a great fight, but I don't think it needs to be replayed back to back like that.
Yeah, I would like to see it someday, but I feel you. I think Yair versus Volk would be a sick fight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man.
And then
You trying to
so
roll
let's
into
go.
this card though?
Yeah, man, this card. So, man, you got 11 fights on this card right here. This card got put together. It's supposed to be Blanchfield versus Tala Santos. Santos pulled out while we were watching the fights last week and replaced it with Andrade, like live on air. It was crazy. Um, but or what was it last week or the week prior? I think it was the week prior. My bad about that. But yeah, it was crazy. It was like 2 events ago. I remember. Were like announcing the fights, and then I was just like, Andrade is facing Blanchfield now. So Santos pulled out. Now you got Jessica Andrade facing Aaron Blanchfield. That's the main event. Opening odds on that. Andrade opened up at like a minus 180. Money's been coming in on Blanchfield. Now she's all the way down to a minus 130 on that. You got a lot of people on the prelims. A lot of people's not going to be familiar with, so I'm not even going to go over some of the fights on there. But you do got OSP fighting on the card on the prelims. You do got some new UFC comer making his debut. Nazim Sadikov goes by the name of Black Wolf. Trading out of Sarah Longo. Matt Favola, Aljamain Sterling. He's taking on Evan Elder. So yeah, that's going to be one of the fights that's going to be on the prelims that I think people should pay attention to. But besides that, you got the main card. You got Jim Miller versus Alex Hernandez, William Knight versus Marcin Prachnio, Josh Parisian versus Jamal Pogues, Zach Parga versus Jordan Wright. Then you got Andrade versus Aaron Blanchfield. So let's go ahead and get started with the first one, man. Jim Miller versus Alex Hernandez. Veteran taking on another UFC fighter who pretty much just dropped the ball. Jim Miller, 35 wins, 16 losses takes on Alex Hernandez, 13 wins, 6 losses. Last time seeing Alex Hernandez in the ring, I was there at that fight against Billy Q. Yeah, he won the whole first round. Was looking good. And second round, Billy Q just came out and did what he did, and Alex Hernandez does what he does and just gassed out. When it comes down to it, though, in this fight, Alex Hernandez, he's kind of fast for the division. He can wrestle, has power. Can push the pace when he wants to. He has a good double leg. Training at a Factory X. Not the best technical fighter when he's trying to set up his strikes, but he's decent out there. But he's coming back to a division that he just tried to move down, so he's trying to find himself right now in the UFC, because he's on a two-fight losing streak. And I think if he loses this fight, he's going to be out the UFC. He opened up at a minus 230. That's where he's technically still sitting at, like a minus 210. Jim Miller, on the other hand, great submission skills, not a big striker, goes all out in round one. His defensive wrestling, it's not the best. He slows down. A lot of people taking a shot on Jim Miller. I'm not mad at him, but if you ask me, I think Alex Hernandez does have enough to win this fight. So I got to go with Alex Hernandez to win in round two.
Yeah. Before I get my pick, shout out Josh A in the comments. He said this is his first time coming across MMA on Pick Dogs. We usually do this every Thursday after their drive through. If there's a UFC card, we'll be on here. But yeah, man, I mean, Alex Hernandez kind of a disappointment in the UFC. I mean, lost out of his last eight. I do think this is a good bounce back spot for him. Jim Miller, 39 years old, 51 pro fights, most professional fights in the UFC, actually. So, I think that that's going to catch up to anyone at some point. I would say Jim Miller is a live dog, and I'm not confident putting my money on Alex Hernandez with these odds. When it comes to a value pick, I mean, you could get Alex Hernandez via decision at plus 300. I kind of like that. I mean, Jim Miller is a tough guy. It's going to be hard to get him out of there. So yeah, I mean, I gun to my head, I'm going to pick Alex Hernandez. Just the way he's looked, I'm not comfortable betting with him on the money line. For value wise, I do like him by decision plus 300. I think that's some good odds there.
Okay, all right, yeah, ain't mad at that at all. So we both on the same side on that one.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
keep it going, man. Who we got on the next one?
Yeah, we got William Knight versus Marcin Prachnio.
Man, William Knight, man, Big Willie style, 11-4. I want to say taking on Marcin Prachnio, 15 wins, 6 losses. Big Willie just fought at heavyweight. Now he's going back down to light heavyweight. He's one of those guys to where he just has a problem. It seems like making weight. I remember in one of his fights, he got on the scale, and I think he was over like 9 pounds. And it's this meme out there where he just looks at the scale like the scale was broke or something was wrong with it. And it was like, bro, you just got on the scale and you was over like 9 pounds. Like, what do you mean? Um, but yeah, when it comes down to it, man, for William Knight, man, he's powerful. He's real explosive. When he wants to be. He can wrestle too. When he wants to as well. When it comes down to his fight resume, I kind of like it. He's only been in the UFC for a little bit of time, but he fought people like Devin Clark already. Alonzo Manfield, Dao Young Jung, I want to say. Hasn't got wins over all those people, but fights with those people. So I gotta go with the fight resume when it comes down to it. I gotta go with him. With the finishing ability, I gotta go with William Knight. With Prachnio, he's kind of like a point fighter. Likes to set up the kicks. Can push the pace all throughout the rounds. That's the thing. He can go the distance in there. Not a one power shot guy looking for that one counter. Great cardio, so I got to go with the cardio effect with Prachnio. But the betting lines, you had William Knight pretty much open up at a pick'em, minus 110 on both sides. Now he's roughly around like a minus 120. I'll go with the gambling. I'll go with. All right, man. Here go my theory. It's Black History Month, man, so I'm going with William Knight. Let's go.
There you go. Yeah, this is a tough one for me. I mean, it's a big weight cut for William Knight. And I don't really I don't know what to expect from Pacquiao. I mean, he lost to Sam Alvey, but then he also beat Khalil Roundtree. It's kind of tough to get a read on this guy and which Pacquiao we're gonna see. A pick I like in this one is fight won't start round three, minus 120. William Knight has 15 fights, 11 of those were ended by finish. Prachnio 21 fights, 16 of those fights were ended by finish. Fight one started round three. You could get that at minus 120. So that's what I'm gonna roll with here. I'm not comfortable picking a winner here. I mean, William Knight, he's a fun guy to watch, a lot of power, but it's not too great anywhere. So yeah, I think we see a finish here, and I think we see it in the first 2 rounds.
I like that little because I usually play a lot of props like round three to start, but in that one, yeah, I wouldn't trust it too much though. I wouldn't
Yeah,
trust it too much. All
you
right, let's
getting
keep
blown
it
up? You
going.
got some calls coming in? Shit.
Yeah, man, I got I got the Batmobile ringing.
I feel you, bro. All right. Let's see what we got next here, man. We got Josh Parisian versus Jamal Pogues. Should be an interesting fight here.
Jamal Pogues opening up 9-3. On the UFC. Opened up odds roughly around -220, taking on Josh Parisian. 15 wins, 5 losses on him. Jamal Pogues, real familiar with him. I came around my area one time, was in a suite with him with my boy Curtis and another UFC fighter, Christian Aguilar. Crazy guy, bro. Yeah, fight used to fight at light heavyweight 205. So now he's fighting at heavyweight, so he's definitely gonna have the advantage there. Fought on the Contender Series once, didn't get the contract. Fought on the Contender Series again. Yelled at Dana, said, "Hey man, I need it." They gave him the money, they gave him the contract. It's one of those things to where the UFC just needs heavyweights. So, he's in the UFC and he's fighting another guy to where he should be able to beat. Josh Parisian is a big guy, though. If Josh Parisian was on his A game, and, he would be able to actually probably go out there and give him, a run for his money. Josh Parisian likes to throw like spinning kicks, goes forward, brings the fight all throughout it. But the difference is the fight IQ on this guy isn't there. Um, you know, Jamal Pogues can wrestle. Seen him on the regional scene doing that. So he's gonna have the speed advantage in that too. A good boxer out there, a strong jab. It's Black History Month. Jamal Pogues, KO round one.
There you go. Yeah, this one, I'm gonna go on the other side on this one. I'm gonna take Parisian. I love these odds that you could get. Plus 205, plus 200, anywhere around there. Pogues, I mean, he is probably the better all around fighter, but I can't justify why he's a minus 245 favorite in this one. I think the odds maker got it wrong in this one. If you've been watching the show, you know me. I love value, and I think there's a lot of value taking Parisian in this one. He'll be the bigger fighter, has a lot of power. Either of these guys could finish the fight with one shot. So, I mean, if you're taking Pose at these odds, it's kind of it's a risky proposition there. I mean, Mills, he likes you said first round KO.
Yeah, I got first round.
Let's see. Okay, that's plus 350 to win in the first round KO. You could get that at let's see, plus 650. So not too bad. So yeah, I'm gonna go Parisian money line. I think there's a lot of value here. I'm rolling with the underdog.
Ain't too mad at it. Ain't too
Yeah,
mad at it. Like I said, if he's on his A game, I won money with Parisian. That's the thing, I won money with him once before. It's just you got to know when to bet him and stuff. And listen to the interviews and stuff. Just hearing what he's been saying. His mind's not really all there right now. And just dealing with other things. It's kind of like that when you're going on an up and down career in the UFC. If it ain't all wins, it ain't all smiles and giggles and stuff. But yeah, not taking anything away from him. He definitely get this one done though. Like I said, it's not the type of caliber that's out of his scene, if you ask me though.
gotcha. All right, let's roll on this next fight. Jordan Wright versus Zach Pauga. I'm interested to see who you got in this one.
Oh man, Zach Paga, 5-1, taking on Jordan Wright, 12 wins, 4 losses. Um, let's see, you got Zach Paga pretty much stepping down right now, coming down. Fought at heavyweight last time. Fought Muhammad Usman's brother and got
Hmm.
knocked out. I was on him heavy in that fight, had him parlayed, and oh man, let
Same
me
here.
down. Think he won round one, then got knocked out in round two. 34 years old, I want to say, or it could be a little bit older. 34. Um, Only 5-1. Like the experience is not there. Not a lot of experience at all. Jordan Wright on the other side, man. The experience is there. I seen him fight on LFA out here in the LA scene. Before he got into the UFC, fought all type of opponents in the UFC. So I got to go with the fight resume with Jordan Wright. The striking, I got to go with Jordan Wright. Fight IQ, I can't trust neither of them when it
No.
comes to it in that one. But Jordan Wright used his wrestling last time. He's a good striker. Likes to put it all out there. He has that KO power, spinning kicks, low kicks, high kicks. So I'm going with Jordan Wright in this one, man.
Going with the dog. All right.
I'm taking a dog shot in the Beverly Hills Ninja.
There you go. I mean, yeah, Palga, I mean, moving down to light heavyweight, Wright is actually moving up to light heavyweight, which makes this an interesting fight. I think it's gonna be a fun one. I think we do see a finish. Jordan Wright, he's a wild man. He has took three losses in a row, and those three losses were all by finish. I mean, I think this is going to be a tough fight for him. I mean, I'm leaning Palga via KO. I'm not too confident though. What I kind of like here is fight to start round two. I mean, with Jordan Wright getting finished three fights in a row, you think he maybe comes out and fights a little smarter. Thinks like, hey, all right, let's fight a little smarter here. His career may be on the line. I mean, if he gets slept again, he's probably going to get cut, and he's fighting a guy who's known for finishing fights. So I think Jordan Wright comes out a little smarter in this one. I can't trust a bet on him. I do like the odds here, but I think he does get finished at some point in this fight. But I think he makes it through that first round. So give me fight to start round two in this one.
Like it, like it. All right, what's the main event now, man?
Yeah, Jessica Andrade versus Aaron Blanchfield. High level fight. You know, I like the Santos fight, but I was personally a little more excited once Andrade got put on this card. I don't know about you. But yeah, who you feeling this one?
Yeah, just kind of Josh, 24 wins, 9 losses. Aaron Blanchfield, 10 wins, 1 loss. Jessica Andrade pretty much opened up minus 180, came all the way down to a minus 130 right now. It was supposed to be Tyler Santos in this one. Mm-hmm. Yeah. In that fight, I was gonna be betting on Aaron Blanchfield against Tyler Santos. You know what I mean? When it comes down to it, Blanchfield, man, she has a good reach for the division. Uh, man, she's gonna have to be able to strike to use her wrestling though, so she's gonna be able to pop that jab out there. Her top control is real good for the division as well. She's one of those girls who's like heavy at the right areas and the hips and the thighs. You know, once she gets on top of you, she's real dominant. Trains her with Henzo Gracie Jiu Jitsu, so you know I look for her to be using that, her key to win. She's gonna have to avoid the body shots because Jessica Andrade is no joke. She only lost to the better people in the division, and all the divisions fought in like all three of them. She's a deadly striker, attacks the head and the body. Multiple ways for wins for Andrade, if you ask me. She's won by multiple ways already by finishing ability, won by multiple ways of KO, won by submission, won by the scorecards. It's gonna be a great fight, man. It's gonna be a great fight, Brad. Who you got?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it is interesting. You know, Jessica Andrade. She just fought recently, and it was an absolute war. I think she's heard about this fight. It's like 10-day notice or something crazy, but. I think this is going to be a tough fight for Blanchfield. I mean, she's looked really good, pretty much flawless in her UFC career, but she hasn't fought anyone close to Andrade. Andrade is just a different type of fighter in this division. I think even if Blanchfield gets Andrade down, she's not going to be able to keep her down there. I think Andrade is just too high level. So yeah, I think Blanchfield's going to get pieced up on the feet. I think Blanchfield's going to struggle to keep Andrade down. So I like Andrade to win this fight. I was thinking about going the KO route, but I think I'm just going to take Andrade money line. I mean, these odds aren't too bad. It's not too juiced up. I'm not going to get cute with a prop here. So just give me a Jessica Andrade, lay the juice, money line. Our boy Josh A, he's going with the dog with Aaron Blanchfield. I respect it, bro. But yeah, I think
I
I'm going to have
like
to
that a
roll with
lot.
the yeah, I'm gonna have to roll with the vet here. I'm gonna go Jessica Andrade.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. I can't speak
Yeah,
too much on that,
yeah.
but
Hey,
yeah,
hey,
man.
keep your lips shut on that. I know you can't speak too much on it. I got you.
Let's
But
go. Let's go.
yeah, man, that does it for this card. If you've been watching the show, we give out our best dog, our best pick, and our lottery parlay. You wanna start us off with the dog here?
Yeah, man.
You
I
got
gave my
one?
best dog on the card, man. It's only 11 fights on the card, so it's kind of hard to actually, give you a great dog. But as I look at it, I'm probably gonna have to go with, yeah, man. I'm gonna go with the Beverly Hills Ninja, man. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Jordan
Uh,
Wright. That's my best dog on the card, man. You could get him at a plus 230. So you put $100 on that. That's 230 back in your account.
Damn, I just feel like you're mad about Paga just fucking up your parlays that one fight, man.
Hey, I low key am a little,
Yeah,
yeah, I am. I am.
I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna go Parisian in this one for my best dog. You got two heavyweights here. I think either of them has a good chance to win this one. So yeah, I'm liking the odds there.
You didn't want to go with your boy OSP?
No, I got Felipe in that one.
Me too. I got Felipe in that one. I got
We
Felipe
probably
Lins in that
or
one. There's a
premium.
couple
I'll
of
think about
fights on the
parlay.
card that I like. You can parlay piece. AJ Fletcher's on the card. I like that as a parlay piece. I like Felipe Lins as a parlay piece. I like Nazem Sadikov. I actually liked him straight money line minus 170 when he came out. And I'm gonna be going against Jamal Emmers with the Russian guy making his debut too. But go ahead, man. What's your best what's your best pick?
Best pick. I'm gonna stick with Andrade. I think she comes in here and gets the job done. I don't think Blanchfield's ready for it.
Got it. All right, best pick for me on the card. Yeah, I'll be honest, man. I'll go with I'm gonna go with Felipe Lins, man. It's minus 215, but to me, I just think that's the thing I love a lot. I like that a
Yeah,
lot on here.
yeah.
Yeah,
OSP
because
just too long in the
it's
tooth.
because also too, Brad. I didn't jump into the props and the overs, and I don't trust none of these fighters really on there to even look at too many of the props. They don't. Yeah, their resumes are just weird. But yeah. Best lottery pick parlay. We went 3-0 last week. So yeah, man, we're trying to do the same thing. So I got Felipe Lins, I got Jamal Pogues, and then I put Silva in there, and that's plus 130. So Mario Brandon Silva, Felipe Lins, and Jamal Pogues. Three fighter parlay plus 130.
I like it. I'm going. I'll go Felipe Lins, Jessica Andrade, and then I'll add AJ Fletcher in there.
I like that one too as well, man. I like that one too as well, man. So yeah, we appreciate everybody watching this though, man. If y'all can, man, hit that like button on there, and definitely hit that subscribe and comment. We're gonna be doing this every Thursday right now, working on the schedule. Just going over the best cards, best everything that you guys want for. If you guys want us to go over maybe some DraftKings lineups or some prize pick props or anything like that, let us know in the comments too. But yeah, man, Brad, what you got going on pick dogs for the day?
Yes, sir. Actually, all my picks are going right now. I had a three-pack in college basketball, but I mean we're heading to the weekend. Football's over, so it's all in on MMA and basketball right now. So pretty locked in on that. Been having a good year, staying consistent. So just be sure to check out the page. Pick Dogs Premium. Me and Mills, we post picks on there every day. So we're grinding. We don't take a day off. So yeah, check it out. What about you?
Yeah, I just got one play up there, man. Usually trying to look at this UFC card. Got one premium for sure that I'm going with. Probably gonna make it two for sure out the door. They're gonna find another prop or two to throw in there. So, but yeah, right now not forcing anything. Right now you got All Star break out there, but one play in the NBA to get you paid. You got a player prop up there too to get you on top. So yeah, if you missed it, check me out on the drive through today too. I gave you guys a player prop on there as well, and that was Bradley Bill over 22 and a half. So, yep.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. We'll catch you next Thursday. Peace.